Welcome to my channel Starlight Sci-Fi Stories. Thanks for watching and please like and subscribe. Aiden Hale had never been afraid of anything on the planet Vescor. He had walked alone through the red glass canyons, worked near boiling lava vents, and repaired heavy machines that could crush a human in seconds. He had even talked to alien soldiers who stood twice his height and carried weapons older than human history. But today, as he stood in front of a tall stone house glowing with soft blue veins, Aiden's hands trembled. Something felt wrong. Something felt too silent. His alien friend Tyrek stood beside him, shifting nervously, his four small earfins twitching. Tyrek usually laughed at everything. He usually made jokes until Aiden begged him to stop. But now, his golden eyes kept scanning the shadows around the house. Aiden swallowed. "Are you sure she wants to see me?" he whispered. Tyrek nodded slowly, though he did not look at Aiden. "My mother sent the message," he said. "We must go in. It would be rude to keep her waiting." Rude. That word felt heavy. On Vescor, disrespect could turn a peaceful visit into a deadly mistake. Aiden had learned that the hard way during his first year on the planet. Every gesture mattered. Every word carried weight. Still, this invitation seemed too strange. Tyrek had never spoken much about his family. Aiden had met Tyrek's brother once and his uncle twice, but he had never even been close to meeting the mother. For Vescorians, the mother was the core of the family, the leader, the teacher, the one who held the future of her children. Aiden forced a smile. "Well, let's get it over with," he said. Tyrek finally looked at him, his expression full of worry. "Aiden," he whispered, "when she speaks, do not answer until I tell you." Aiden blinked. "Why? I can just use the translation pin." Tyrek shook his head so fast his earfins fluttered. "No. The old language, the translation pin does not understand it. Only the elders speak it. If you answer wrong, it may mean something you do not intend." Aiden felt cold. What is she going to ask me? Tyrek didn't answer. His silence said enough. The door of the house slid open without noise. A cool mist drifted out, glowing softly like tiny fireflies. Aiden felt the hair on his arms rise. A tall figure stepped forward. Tyrek's mother. She was taller than Tyrek, with smooth silver skin and long lines carved across her arms that glowed gently. Her eyes were a deep, calm blue, but Aiden sensed a strength behind them, like a desert storm held inside a still lake. Her presence filled the entrance like a mountain rising from the ground. She looked at Aiden, studying him with a steady gaze. Then she spoke a long phrase in a EP musical tone. The sounds rolled like drums, warm yet impossible to understand. Aiden's throat went dry. I don't." Tyrek grabbed his arm sharply. "Do not answer," he hissed. Aiden froze. The mother watched both of them. Her head tilted slightly, as if she wanted to see how Aiden would react. After a moment, she stepped aside, inviting them in with a simple gesture. Aiden forced his feet to move. Inside the home of the mother, the air inside felt strange, warm, thick, and filled with drifting lights that moved like soft smoke. Each step Aiden took made the floor hum faintly, as if the house itself was alive. Strange symbols carved on the walls glowed white, then dimmed, then brightened again, matching the rhythm of his breaths. Aiden looked around carefully, trying to understand the culture without offending anyone. The house was circular, with no sharp corners. The walls curved gently inward toward the ceiling, giving the space a calm, protective feeling. Tyrek's mother walked ahead with elegant steps. She seemed to float rather than walk. Aiden kept his head low out of respect, though he was unsure if that was even the correct gesture. Tyrek leaned close. "Just stay quiet," he whispered. "She already knows you cannot speak the old words." That did not make Aiden feel any better. They reached the center of the house, a round room where the light was brighter. At the center of this room was a pool. The water glowed blue, almost like liquid sky. Thin streams of light rose from its surface, twisting upward like dancing ribbons. Aiden stared. "What is this place?" he whispered. Tyrek swallowed. "This is the heart room. Only family steps inside." Aiden's heart thumped loudly. "But I'm not family." Tyrek said nothing. The first sign something was wrong. Tyrek's mother walked around the pool slowly, her eyes fixed on Aiden. She spoke again, another long phrase in the old language. Her voice echoed lightly in the room, vibrating in Aiden's chest like soft thunder. Aiden looked at Tyrek for help. "What is she saying? Come on, tell me." Tyrek looked deeply torn. "She is asking if you will take the step." What step? Aiden whispered nervously. Tyrek did not answer. Tyrek's mother lifted a small carved stone from a low pedestal. The stone glowed faintly with runes that looked ancient and powerful. She held it toward Aiden. Aiden felt his pulse jump. I don't understand, he whispered urgently. What does she want me to do? Tyrek's voice shook. She wants you to step into the heart pool. Aiden stared at him. You never told me anything about this. Tyrek's eyes lowered. I did not know she would ask for this today. Aiden took a slow breath. Tyrek, this is serious, isn't it? Tyrek nodded. Yes, very serious. Aiden stepped back, without meaning to. The lights rising from the pool grew brighter, as if reacting to him. The entire room felt alive. Watching, waiting. Tyrek's mother spoke again. This time her voice was deeper, heavier. Aiden felt the sound travel through the floor into his spine. Tyrek clenched his jaw. She is asking again. Why me? Aiden whispered, fear rising. Why does she want me in that pool? Tyrek closed his eyes. Because I told her something. Something I should have said more carefully. Aiden felt a chill. What did you tell her? I told her you saved my life. Aiden blinked. That was months ago. Just a mining accident. Tyrek shook his head slowly. No. For my people, saving a life means something sacred. My mother thinks you are more than a friend. She thinks you are a bond soul. Aiden stared at him, stunned. What does that even mean? Tyrek looked down, ashamed. It means she wants to test you. To see if you can carry that bond. Aiden's chest tightened. He felt trapped, standing between ancient culture and personal loyalty. The mother stepped close. She raised the glowing stone. She touched Aiden's chest gently, right over his heart. The warmth from the stone spread through his skin. Aiden gasped softly. Tyrek whispered, please, Aiden. Do not anger her. Just follow. I am here. I will guide you. Aiden wanted to run. Every instinct screamed to escape. But he looked at Tyrek, the only friend he truly trusted on this planet, and he knew he could not abandon him. Slowly, Aiden nodded. Fine. Tell me what to do. Tyrek exhaled in relief. Step forward. Stop at the edge. Aiden approached the pool. The blue light reflected on his skin. The water felt warm even from a distance. It gave off a faint musical sound, like a low humming. Tyrek's mother circled around him again. Her gaze was calm, but strong. She lifted her hands and spoke a long chant, more ancient words Aiden could not understand. The symbols on the walls brightened. The room darkened around the pool, as if the entire house was focusing on him. Aiden swallowed hard. Tyrek, what is happening? Tyrek took a step closer. This is the choosing. Aiden trembled. What choosing? Tyrek's voice was barely above a whisper. She wants to know if you are ready to protect me in the future. If you say yes, she will bind you to me. If you say no, she will see it as rejection. Aiden felt the world tilt. That's too much. I didn't come here for this. Tyrek looked desperate. I know, but now we are inside. If you leave without finishing, it will insult her deeply. And she might never allow a human near our home again. Aiden's heart pounded against his ribs. He stared at the glowing pool, the swirling lights, the ancient runes. The entire room seemed to breathe around him. Tyrek's mother raised her arms. The lights shot upward, filling the space with blinding blue. Aiden lifted his arm to shield his eyes. Through the brightness, he heard her speak one word clearly, even though it was from an ancient language. A word that his translation pin finally understood. A word that shook his entire body. Choose. The lights dimmed. The room went silent. The pool glowed softly, waiting for his decision. Tyrek's mother looked at him with calm expectation. Tyrek stood trembling, afraid of what might come next. Aiden stood alone at the edge of the pool, the ancient test before him, the future unknown, and a choice he never asked for hanging between worlds. Aiden stood frozen at the edge of the glowing pool. The single ancient word hung in the air like a heavy weight. Choose. The lights in the heart room dimmed and brightened slowly, almost like the house itself was breathing. Tyrek's mother watched Aiden without moving, her tall figure still as stone. Tyrek stood a few steps behind Aiden, his hands shaking, his earphones flat with fear. Aiden took a slow breath. His voice felt trapped in his throat. I don't know what to do, he whispered. Tyrek moved closer. There are only two choices, he said quietly. One answer means you accept the bond. It means you promise to protect me, no matter what danger comes. Aiden hesitated. And the other choice? Tyrek's eyes lowered. It means you reject the bond. She will see it as you pushing me away. Aiden felt the tension like a rope pulling him from two sides. He had never asked to be part of something so huge. He only came because he thought it was a simple visit, a friendly meeting, maybe a shared meal. But now, it felt like he had walked into the center of an ancient storm. The glow from the pool warmed his face. It reminded him of the day he met Tyrek for the first time. Their friendship had grown naturally. No rituals, no pressure, no heavy promises. They had worked together, joked together, and saved each other more than once. Aiden looked at Tyrek. "Why didn't you tell me earlier?" Tyrek's voice cracked. "I did not think my mother would ask for the ritual. I only told her the truth, that you saved me. On our world, a life debt is not a small thing." When she heard it, she believed you were meant to be more than a friend. The realization hit Aiden. "So this is my fault and yours." Tyrek nodded weakly. "Yes." Aiden turned back toward the mother. She lifted her hand and let the glowing stone rise above her palm. The runes on the stone brightened one by one, casting shifting light across the room. Aiden swallowed. "If I choose to protect you, what happens next?" Tyrek looked down at the pool. "Then she marks you. You become part of our family. You cannot step away late. It is forever, even after death." Aiden stared. "That sounds like a lot." "It is," Tyrek said. "That is why only strong bonds are allowed." "And if I choose rejection?" Aiden asked. Tyrek closed his eyes. "She will close our home to humans. She may forbid me from seeing you again. She will think I trusted someone who does not understand our ways." Aiden felt his chest tighten. He did not want to lose his friend, but he also did not want to make a promise he did not fully understand. The mother spoke again. Her tone was deeper now, filled with ancient authority. The lights around the pool brightened in response. Tyrek stepped forward. "She is asking for the last time." Aiden inhaled slowly. He thought about all the dangers they had survived. He remembered how Tyrek had pushed him out of the way during the mining explosion, how Tyrek had carried him across a storm field during a sandquake, how Tyrek had shared food when Aiden was lost. Tyrek had risked everything more than once. Aiden straightened his back. "Tell me what to say," he whispered. Tyrek's eyes widened. You choose the bond?" Aiden nodded slowly. "Yes, I protect my friend." Tyrek let out a breath he had been holding for too long. "Then stand still and speak clearly," he said. "Repeat the words I tell you." Aiden nodded again. Tyrek spoke the first word in the old language. Aiden practiced it quietly. The sound felt rough on his tongue, but he managed to say it. Tyrek gave the second word, then the third. The phrase was long, like a flowing river. Aiden repeated each part with care. When he finally spoke the full sentence aloud, the room reacted instantly. The walls glowed brighter. The pool's light rose higher. The runes on the stone pulsed like a heartbeat. Tyrek's mother stepped closer. Her expression softened, not much, but enough for Aiden to see she approved. She lowered the glowing stone until it hovered just above Aiden's right hand. Aiden swallowed. "Is this going to hurt?" Tyrek leaned near him. "A little." Aiden tensed. "Define little." Tyrek didn't answer. The stone touched Aiden's skin. A surge of heat shot through his hand, burning and freezing at the same time. Aiden gritted his teeth, refusing to pull away. The runes on the stone flared white, and a thin beam of light sank into his skin, carving a mark that glowed bright blue for a few seconds. Aiden clenched his fists. "Okay, that hurts more than a little," he hissed. Tyrek looked apologetic. "I should have warned you properly." The pain faded, replaced by warmth. Aiden opened his hand and saw a symbol glowing softly, a circle with 3 lines crossing through it. It pulsed gently, like a heartbeat. Tyrek's mother touched the mark with her fingertips. Her voice softened as she spoke a short blessing in the old language. The sound felt calming, almost comforting. Then she stepped back and bowed her head slightly, a gesture of acceptance. Tyrek gasped. "She accepts you," he whispered. "You are part of our family now." Aiden felt the weight of the moment. "I didn't expect this today." Tyrek laughed nervously. "Neither did I." The lights in the room dimmed as the ritual ended. The pool went quiet, its glow fading to a soft hum. The runes on the walls returned to their gentle rhythm. Tyrek's mother turned and walked toward a door on the far side of the room. Before disappearing behind the curtain, she spoke one last sentence. Aiden looked at Tyrek. "What did she say?" Tyrek hesitated. "She said the bond will guide us, because she saw something in her vision." "Vision?" Aiden asked. Tyrek nodded slowly. "My mother is a seer. She sees future paths, possible futures. She saw you standing beside me during the coming war. Aiden blinked. A war? Yes, Tyrek whispered. She saw something moving toward Veskor. Something dangerous. Something that even our people fear. Aiden felt a cold wave rush through him. Why me? I'm just an engineer. Tyrek shook his head. You are more than that. You have survived things most of my people have not. You think in a different way. She believes the future needs both of us. Aiden looked at the glowing mark on his hand. The light pulsed again, slow and steady. So, this bond ties me to whatever is coming? Tyrek nodded. Yes, we face it together now. Aiden let out a long breath. I guess there's no turning back. Tyrek tried to smile. I will help you understand everything. My mother did not bind us just for danger. The bond means trust, loyalty, and shared steps. You will never stand alone now. Aiden felt a strange mix of fear and comfort. He did not fully understand what the future held, but he trusted Tyrek. He trusted their friendship. They walked out of the heart room together. The house felt warmer now, more welcoming. Aiden noticed how the lights brightened gently when he passed. The home accepted him. Outside, the sky of Veskor was dark, filled with swirling red clouds. Two moons hung side by side, casting pale light over the mountains. Aiden looked up. So this is my new life. Tyrek stood beside him, looking at the sky as well. Yes, and whatever comes next, we face it as one. Aiden lifted his hand, staring at the glowing bond mark. He felt the weight of the ritual, the depth of the promise, and the warmth of the new connection. He never expected to be part of an alien family. He never expected to stand at the center of an ancient tradition. He never expected his future to be tied to someone from another world. But now, the path was set. And somewhere far beyond the mountains, beyond the red clouds and the twin moons, something dark was moving toward Veskor. Something that would test every choice he had made today. Aiden closed his eyes and breathed deeply. He was ready, or at least, he hoped he was. Because the real story, the real danger, had only just begun.